Morning, guys. Terrence. Figured I'd bring you a video first thing this morning. All right, Fever Mystics tomorrow, 3 o'clock, I think. But since we seem to struggle with our hedging and rotations defensively, right? I attached a clip, right, older, but of a gentleman that always did really well, and it's these type of hustle plays too that Lexi, does. If we could just get a few more doing the same thing, staying active regardless of what kind of ridiculous defense White's running. My personal thoughts as far as lineups go for tomorrow night's game, I'm gonna go with and you have to bear with me here, right? So I watched some film, of course, of Aerial Powers and whatnot, and if she just block out what Stephanie White's saying or thinking or whatever, and just play her game, then we're good. We're golden. Let her run point. Mitchell at the 2, Lexi 3. AB at the 5. As much as I hate to say this, and I say as much as I hate to say it, I don't really hate to say it, but if you're going to run some kind of trapping D, obviously we're not necessarily playing teams that we're just stacked, overly sized or physical, however you want to word it, right? If we're going to be physical, we literally got to get some momentum going and knock somebody down or something. We can't just do it with a little knee to the ass like back in the old day, or that some players still can do, because we don't, I guess, have that kind of strength. Even Howard, whatever, she's old. You can tell now late in the season she's worn down. It's like an old donkey, right? I had, not that they move that fast anyway, but her it's just, I don't know about everybody else, but it's just unnerving, is for lack of better words, when you watch. It's just another reason it makes it hard, right, to watch. But like I say, that's my 5. I'd have Sims coming off the bench for Kelsey. I'd have Howard coming off the bench. And I didn't say 4. I would run 4 guards and AB. That's what I would do to start. I'd run 4 guards and AB. And for the love of God, whether it's the defense that I schemed up the other day or one that, White devises on, well, I don't know if that's a real thing. Her devising one on her own. Whatever, phone a friend or something, right? And, some trapping D's, right? And so, whether it's the Mystics or even the Lynx in the last game, beat their size with speed. Layups and steals. Cut off the passing lanes. Fill the gaps, right? So the guy in the video that I'm going to show you, right, does the best he can do. I don't see anybody else doing anything, but, he's doing all he can do to cut off, passing lanes and keep his hands active, while he's hedging or cutting off passing lanes, etc. We got to keep them off the glass, same as always, so they don't get second chance opportunities. And, apparently, especially if we ever shoot 6 for 30 again from the threes, we got to get on the offensive glass so that we can put those back in for layups. But, so yeah, it's like this, right? No team, or player for that matter, right, have any pride about them. Enjoys losing. You know, especially the Mystics, because they were, you know, game here, game there. And there's a lot of teams like that, you know. Like us, for example. You know, Fever, Will. You know, we're going to limp into the playoffs instead of, you know, roll in with the head of steam and momentum. You know, having played some great teams, that's not going to happen, obviously, since we just got our first win against the last place team in the league. And then, you know, which was expected, but whatever. You know, I mean, you know, I might have thought otherwise, you know, had Reese been playing. You know, I might have bet against the Fever. I mean, not that I bet, I don't gamble. And I definitely don't condone anyone to take my advice and place a bet on anything, because, you know, I have reasons why, you know, I will make, you know, picks and things like that, but it's all based on film, you know, game film and, you know, how somebody's been doing as of late and things like that. But like I say, back to Powers right in the beginning is, and it's not just Powers, it's the rest of the players. They got to quit giving a shit what White thinks. You know what I'm saying? It's like every time they do something, they're looking over to the sideline. You always see them, even when they bring the ball up the court, looking to the sideline. What are you looking sideline for? Who gives a shit what she's doing or wants to call? What does she know about what's going on the court? She can tell us what she thinks. I mean, she's going to do that after the game anyway. Whether you made a good play or a bad play, we'll know about it, because she's going to throw you right under the fucking... It's not a bus anymore. It's like she done hooked up a bunch of tractor trailers and shit and run over all your asses a bunch of times, and you're still cool with it. You know what I mean? Like, as a team, collectively, should get together and say, we're not going out there unless you get a big jug. Matter of fact, during a sale at Walmart's today, Saturday, I don't know the exact date, but whatever. Walmart's sale, big jug of shut the fuck up and sit on a bench, okay? And please, every time they put the camera on you, stop with the, you know, facial things and stuff. You're, you know what I'm saying? It's like people are concerned about you, seriously. Like, you know, if you're going to talk about something post-game, talk about how you know, had a checkup. You know, and disclose the report that, you know, that everybody's full of shit and you're, you know, perfectly mentally capable of coaching a team. You know, we already know what your, you know, your records and your past history says. We already know what Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner said. You know what I mean? That didn't look very good. I don't know about anybody else, but, you know, I guess they figured, well, they had enough of you throwing them under the bus when they were in Connecticut, so might as well throw you under the bus since they're not on your team. So, yeah, if you stay in the league, I suspect that'll probably happen more. But either way, I don't want to give too many, you know, game plans, you know, things like that, or necessarily even breaking down film, you know, what they have to do and this and that, because a lot of it's predicated on, you know, supposedly what, you know, White will allow, which is the absolute most ridiculous shit I ever heard in my life. Because did Steve Kerr, when he started with Steph, allow anything? No, he wasn't necessarily okay with it. But then, when he realized, he was like, you know what? There's not really a shot that's not a good quality shot. You know, if Steph shot it, it was a good look. It just, you know, went in or didn't go in. Stick up for your players. I mean, you know, as a coach, if you can't call timeouts at the right time or, you know, do well with game management, things like that, at least do that. At least stick up for your players. See y'all.